I was going to catch the hits.
I know. I went with nothing in my mouth because I was afraid.
There you go. Welcome to the pod. It is season 7, episode number 11. It is Chris and Tim, and welcome back to the 3 Beer Pod.
What's going on, Cloudy?
Nothing much, man. It's been a bit. We did a St. Patty's Day. Yeah, we did a St. Patty's Day special pod. Had to skip last week. Had prior commitments, and then here we are. We're back tonight with episode number 11. And the big question: will our guests show up?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I think so.
Think so.
Do we have a guest last week? Yeah, we had a guest last week. That didn't go well.
Jacob Robson of the Detroit Tigers. We'll talk about Jake coming up in the past guest update a little bit later on. All right, so welcome to the 3 Beer Pod. We always start with what you drinking, bud? What you drinking tonight, there, Timmer?
I just poured this beer, this one right here, Sunday.
Oh, I want to try that.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I just poured it. It's not what I thought it would look like. It looks like this.
Here, let me get you in here so we can have a look.
Check that out. That's not what I saw coming, but I'm not sure what I saw coming. This is Sunday. It was released a Sunday ago by Sons of Kent. Almost dropped it right there. This is the Raspberry Coffee Session Sour. It comes in at like 2.7, so it's like your Saturday morning wake up beer. I think that's what it's advertised at. I can't read what the can says, but I'm pretty sure
probably Sunday. Probably a Sunday morning.
It's a Sunday morning beer.
And
it's refreshing.
Yeah. Save one. Do you have? I was meaning to get that. I haven't got that yet.
It's like wow. There's a lot going on there. Oh, let me tell you what else I'm drinking. That
just gonna watch Tim chug whole pint.
It's got like just hints of coffee. And then like some raspberry juice kind of flavor.
So just like the label says.
Yeah, weird. Wow. Oh, man, I have a refined palate. I picked that up. That's delicious. All right, man. Whatever. What else am I drinking? This one right here. This is from Stockyards in Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge. One of those places. It's the. I get them all blended together. This is a double. This might be a bad idea for a Tuesday. This is a double dry hop, double IPA coming in at 8%.
Yeah, but you're having the Sunday, right? So you're leaving yourself.
Yeah. And then I was just gonna have a detour, the old classic Muskoka Brewery detour. I think I might go Sunday, then detour. Then we'll see about the missed calls from Stockyards if I get to a double dry hop, double IPA on a Tuesday. Sounds like a bad idea.
You always got like freshies and new, and I'm trying to get through the fridge here so we can make room for you guys.
So, buddy?
Got Sunsplit, just finishing that off. That's a classic.
So good.
I wanted to grab one from Windsor to honor our guest tonight, who is Jeff Burrows of the Tea Party, a return guest on the podcast. So I grabbed something from Frank. I still have this in the fridge. I bought a bunch of these, the Sunshine Juicy IPAs.
Delicious.
So we'll wait for Jeff to get here. And then the Beer Lab Coast Lager. You dropped this off, did you not?
Yeah, I haven't had it yet. I haven't had any of those ones that I dropped off to your place yet. I took a couple weeks off from drinking, buddy. I'm not going to lie. I faked it for a couple weeks there.
You know you can keep doing it even when we don't have a podcast.
Like stop drinking or keep drinking?
No, you can keep going.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Like, you don't have to wait.
I took some time off. Yeah. I did a cleanse. I had some scotch.
Cleanse. That's not how a cleanse works.
It's not.
No.
I'm really not sure what a cleanse is. They seem popular these days on the old Instagram, so I thought, hey, I should try one. So I only drank
juicy
scotch.
IPA cleanse.
Yeah,
that's my.
Well, sometimes it'll get you, and it feels like it might be a cleanse. But
my idea of a juice cleanse.
Yeah, that works too, buddy.
Hey, we got to get some sponsors in here, Tim. Waiting on our guest, Jeff Burrows, who's going to join us tonight to talk about, we got a bunch of things we can talk to Jeff about. Obviously, a drummer with one of Canada's most successful bands, the Tea Party. So we'll talk to him coming up. Jeff was on the pod a couple episodes or a couple seasons back. So we're just waiting on him. We'll see the old game of will our guests show up. Sponsors tonight, Tim.
Chris McLeod over at Realty House. Cloudy, you got anything on the go right now?
Not yet. But coming.
All right. Coming soon to a listing near you. Chris McLeod over Realty House. Market is scorching hot right now. If you're looking to buy or sell, Chris McLeod over Realty House is your guy. If you're looking to get the old beach body or just maybe a spring tune-up, talk to Shauna over at the Health House. The healthhouse.ck.com. And our old friends at the PSL. They are kicking back, celebrating their big victory. I think the parade was yesterday.
The parade, eh? Tim,
later.
Season 7, Episode 11. The game we play is Did Our Guest Show Up? Ladies and gentlemen,
Sure
Jeff
did.
Burrows, drummer extraordinaire.
Yes. We're on a good run now, Cloudy. Our guests are showing up now.
Boys, I'm waiting in some room and no one's showing up. And then I turn on Twitter and I'm watching you guys. And then I'm like, yo, I'm here. And then I check the email link and I'm thinking, shit, wrong one.
Wouldn't that be great if we waited all night and no Jeff shows up and then we find him on another podcast? We're like, what the hell?
You know what I thought, oh, this is last week's and maybe they're just running it and then they're going to join me because I'm looking at 7:02 and I'm like, swear to God, it was tonight. It's in my...
Well, you're here now. Everything's
I'm not even drinking.
Welcome back.
not yet, anyway. Not yet.
No,
Jeff, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We talked to you. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was season 5, so it's a couple of seasons ago. But it was right in the midst of the pandemic, and you were in your basement, and you were just like, "Man, we are just battling to get through this." Starting to open up. How's life for you right now?
Life's good. It's like it's kind of cautiously optimistic, as they say. I've been bitten too many times, as I'm sure you guys have, and your viewers. You start preparing or you start booking things, and all of a sudden we're up, and that's happened a lot with my charity stuff lately, and it's just a bummer. But I think we're good. I mean, there's events coming up. There's golf events coming up, drumming events coming up, touring potentially coming up. So all the fingers and toes are crossed. It feels normal-ish.
Yeah. I was looking at the website, and you got 3 dates for right now on tour. You've got a Sarnia, an Ottawa, and a Truro, Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
And like you said, cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Is there more coming? Like, are we?
Oh yeah. So there's a lot more coming. There's probably 3 or 4. There's probably 4 times that many that are actually listed that are already confirmed.
Wow.
And then there's probably another 6 that are halfway confirmed, because promoters, and you know how it works. Yeah. Promoters have to get their ducks in a row, and they got to speak to the agent and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's looking nice. It's looking all the way East Coast, all the way West Coast, Ontario, Quebec, middle of the country. It's looking good for the Tea Party, at least so far.
Awesome. That's awesome. Over 3 million records sold from the Windsor, Essex area. Jeff Burrows, Jeff Martin, Stuart Chatwood. We know you as the Tea Party, one of Canada's biggest and best rock bands, and it's awesome that you're here. I wanted to ask, as we talk about tours, when you go across Canada and you think, okay, you have a date booked here, you have a date booked there, what city do you go, F yeah, this is going to be the rockingest show, because they just rock?
Saskatoon. No, just kidding. But I love Saskatoon.
I was going to say. Okay, yeah.
Saskatoon is beautiful. I don't know why that just yanked out of my mouth. No, I mean, notoriously, and most bands will attest to this, Montreal is pretty crazy. Very European style crowd. Edmonton is a very hard rock. Really? And we're pretty light for Edmonton, but they show up with their horns up. But I mean, we're pretty lucky. Everybody treats us very, very well, except Saskatoon. No, just kidding.
Saskatoon's at the other end. News this week. So Jeff, we want to talk to you. You got some charity things going on. We'll talk about that. But I thought this would be a perfect episode to get you on, with the passing of Taylor Hawkins, who a drummer in his own right. Just your thoughts on, and I know there's some background. We still don't know the whole story, but Taylor Hawkins in the drum world, in the music world, what did he mean?
Well, The thing about Taylor is he's almost like, you know, like a Canadian drummer like Glenn Milcham, who many people don't know by name, but he's the drummer for Blue Rodeo. Okay. And he is easily one of the greatest drummers in Canada. And the beautiful thing about Glenn, which is very much apropos to what Taylor was, is, you know, his approachability, his kindness towards others, his endless smile, and his humility. Like he was very, very good. He was technical, a little more technical than Dave. Dave's a basher, but you know, he was just always ready, willing, and able to rock, and loved to share his love of other bands, whether it's Queen, whether it's Van Halen, and there's not many people that are as open about those types of things. Many band members that I've met are really kind of close guarded and you know, don't like to share their opinions on others because they want that much more success. But yeah. Taylor was always, I mean, I've known him, I've played with him on while he was in 3 different bands. Like, I mean, Sass Jordan used to open up for the Tea Party many times throughout Ontario, and that's where he got his start professionally touring, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh yeah. It was a shit hot gang of kids from California that Sass brought in, and they showed up looking cool as hell, and man, they could rock. And we became friends there. And then when the Tea Party were trying to break into the US, you would always do these radio parties and showcases and so on, and big festivals and such. And when he was with Alanis, we had done a few of those with them, kept in touch. And then Edgefest across Canada with them and Green Day. God, we partied and hung out, and you know, went drinking, went golfing. He was just a sweetheart. He was just like you and me. He's just a very normal guy to hang out with, but loved his music, loved to play, loved to write. It's a sad thing all around. This one hit me particularly hard because he was only 50, and I know, you know, when you're 20, 50 sounds pretty old. Yeah. 50 isn't really all that old, and yeah, it hit me. It hit me as hard as when Neil passed away. I was really upset for a couple days. And you know, you just think about his wife and his young children, and then you hear the stories. Like, I think it was Melissa Etheridge, who is one of his neighbors, would say she'd see him riding down, you know, the block with his kids, and I'm thinking, man, that's me when my kids were little. We'd all be on our rollerblades and skating down the road, and so it hit a little close for me, and it was tough. It's tough for everybody, I think. You know, no one likes to see anyone go, but when they're that young and they make such a huge impact on the world of rock music, when rock music isn't really the biggest thing in the world right now, and no matter where they went, they were the biggest thing. Didn't matter. I mean, Jay-Z could be playing at this arena and they would be playing at that stadium. You know what I mean? They were that big, and at a time where, you know, rock music is starting to make its way back up into the top of the genres. He and his group, with obviously the Foos and stuff, it was massive. And you know, they'd goof around, and I think that's why it hit so many people so hard, because they didn't take themselves. They were serious musicians, serious writers, serious players, but they didn't take themselves seriously. They didn't need to.
They were good dudes. That you felt like you wanted to hang out with them. Like, it feels like.
Oh, and everybody did. Like, when we were hanging out with them, no one would leave them alone. It was crazy, crazy.
I've done one radio thing, and obviously you've done the rock side of. You're still doing the rock thing, but you've done the radio side of thing.
Yeah.
When you meet these people, and I've done this, and I just feel like a tool half the time, and I feel like they're just putting in work and then they leave. But like the one time with the Foo Fighters, it felt like, these are kind of cool guys. They might kind of like me, not like me, but you know what I mean. They might not hate me.
Oh no, they were yeah.
These guys don't hate me. This is really neat.
Usually it's like it's an awkward situation. They know they're just putting in work, and I'm just there because I'm the guy that's the vessel to get their music out, right? So it's like usually it's kind of like, oh, whatever. But they seem like decent people, and I knew it was a big deal, and like it was outside of my world when my mother, who's in her 70s and probably watching right now, said, Christopher, the Food Fighters drum guy, he died. So I was like, the Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawk, yeah, do you know him? And I'm like, well, I can't call him. Like I never knew him that well. And she's like, oh, it's just so sad. So that's what I knew it was like outside of like a little bubble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when, again, with the Twitter feed, everyone from the BBC One to CNN to, you're interrupting the invasion of Ukraine to let everyone know that, poor Taylor passed away. And that's big. I mean, who else are you really going to do that for? Have any rock band drummers out there right now? I mean, Ringo, maybe,
maybe
much bigger than that. So I just really feel bad for his young family. It's tragic. And, what a shitty, and his heart was blown up twice the size of a normal human's heart. Really? Like it's just massive. Like, anyway.
I only thought you might have known him from drum circles. I didn't realize you actually had spent so much time with him. That's pretty neat. Yeah. Tim, I've been hogging the mic, buddy. Go ahead. Sorry, dude.
No, I'm just kind of lost in the real side of rock stars, right? I think we see rock stars all the time and we're like, man, they're just partying, doing all this crazy stuff. But talking to Jeff here, it's like they're just regular dudes too. And we see this right now, Jeff. The amount of work that you do for charities in the community is astounding. Where do you get the drive to do all of these? You had your Christmas shows that didn't go through, but now I see you're going on with the Twisted Sisters. You got the drum marathon. Where do you get the drive to do all this stuff for charity?
I've got the time most of the time, and I try to do things quarterly. Like the Christmas time is. Although I'll be recording the next Christmas album, number 12, in May, I'll be doing the drums and the Christmas show will be on. And it looks like we may be doing a Labor Day show with the Saints as well. But we'll have more on that later because the meetings are in a couple of weeks. But so that happens, and that's kind of easy and it makes sense. And it's Christmas time, and we get to work this magic with all of these other entities that infuse money into it and donate this from the Coliseum and Caesars and the St. Clair College, and it benefits everyone, and it's just nice to be able to share that with Windsor, Essex, Chatham, Kent, and it's done right and done well every year. The marathon has been a struggle the last couple of years. This year's the first year back to normal-ish. So I'm in the midst of booking bands right now, soliciting sponsors, doing that whole thing. I got drum heads coming. I'm having cool T-shirts made, really cool T-shirts made this year. I can't wait to get those out. And just trying to raise funds. And we even do a bowling event every year in Chatham, which is a riot. It's and that's for Chatham Community Living and of course Outreach for Hunger, Brenda Leclerc.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Just it's, I put fun in fundraising, it's a good time.
I love it.
It just seems nonstop. It's awesome, Jeff. Yeah. It really is. When you start looking at the Twitter pages and Facebook, you're like, holy smoke, there's another one. There's another.
Well, you know why though? Awesome. So I'm guilty though. And it may look like a lot more than it is, but it's just the moment I'm done one, I start advertising another, even though it's 3 months down. So, you get asked to do a lot of things, and I'm sure you guys get asked to MC things and so on. And occasionally I'll do that kind of stuff, but it's kind of nice to stick to the 4 or 5 that I've got per year. And I've got the people behind me to help me. And awesome. It's never a one-man show. It's such a big thing. And the charities are helping quite a bit now too. So
throw this up on the screen right here. There's the 16th annual Jeff Burrows 24-hour drum marathon for local charities. Now, how can we help out? How can we donate to this, Jeff?
Well, there's many ways. I set up a fundraising page on Facebook, and the CMHA in Windsor, Essex, the Canadian Mental Health Association, set up a link as well. So if you follow me on Facebook or you follow me on Twitter, my handle on Twitter is Burrows Drums, Burrows Drums. And you'll find all of the links there. But mostly if you can, go to Good Time Charlie on that Saturday, the 28th,
awesome.
I think it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
May. And I mean, it kicks off Friday night before I'm there at 6 until midnight. Then I start at midnight until midnight. And we started doing that. It was a great idea by my friend Gary Demons, and it brought in an extra $10,000 before I was even there. I'm like, bonus.
Yeah, let's do it. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? We'll share some links on our social medias as well, so you can find out more about the 24-hour drum marathon for local charities. Everybody's talking this week about this moment from Sunday night at the Oscars when Will Smith just cold cocked Chris Rock right in the side of the face for a joke that was made. Now, I know you guys have been involved with the Juno Awards, the Much Music Video Awards. Has anything, maybe not violence point, was anything ever come up at these shows where you're like, ooh, that's not good?
Yeah, no, not like that. That was, I mean, where's the safety of a performer?
Yeah.
Like, did you everyone has seen it now. So everyone at first was like, oh my God, shocking. That was, and it was either one side Will Smith or one side for
Chris Rock.
I was going to say Kevin Hart, Chris Rock. He's another short guy. But then when you see the joke being told, and then Will is laughing his ass off, but then he looks at his wife, and his wife didn't look too very happy, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, maybe that's what it was. But nonetheless, comedians are there to make light of everything, and if you're not able to take it, you shouldn't be there. And just, I don't know, it was just strange to me that no one got up and tried to get him. I thought it was crazy. Yeah. So,
and like a G.I. Jane joke from 1997, G.I. Jane, it wasn't even a good joke.
No, and I don't know. It's just it was a little silly to me. But, I can't really comment on it. It's not my world, and you read so much stuff on Twitter. I don't know what's true, what's not true. All I know is Chris Rock can take a good slapping, and he came back like a champ.
Yeah,
he like nothing happened. One little word, and that was it. I'm like, man, I would have been right.
I would have been down for the count for sure. Hey, our buddy Denny wants to know, Jeff, your beer of choice. I know you're not drinking with us tonight, but if you were to grab a beer, what are you drinking?
Lately, okay. Well, if you want to talk local stuff, love the Frank stuff, love the Walkerville stuff. Still have some of the Motor Burgers or Motor Ale stuff. Yeah. But a lot of Land Shark I like a lot lately. If we're talking outside, which is that Kitchener-Waterloo, I think.
Tim, you would know.
Sure.
Land Shark, I think it is. You might Walter, he's one of their reps. And that's a really good beer. But honestly, I'm that's really about it lately. Just a lot of the local stuff. Sons of Kent, of course, has amazing beer.
Throw Red Barn in there too. Denny is one of the owners over at Red Barn Brewing in Blenheim. So we'll have to get you out sometime. In Blenheim.
Yeah. My mom's a Wallaceburg girl, so I go to that area all the time.
There you go. Denny, we'll hook him up. We'll get you hooked up.
Yeah, all right, for sure.
I want to throw. So we're so thankful you've given us some time here tonight, Jeff. I know you're a busy guy, but you mentioned Taylor Hawkins, and you started mentioning all the contacts, and I'm like, well, man, that's crazy. Like, I got a couple Canadian bands I want to throw at you, okay? Yeah. And you don't have to give us a full the 20-minute speech. You can give us a line or two, just your thoughts.
Okay. Yeah,
exactly. Your connection or a memory with them. The Tragically Hip. We'll start with the Hip.
Oh, the Hip. Admired them for a long time. Saw them in Windsor before they were anything. One of the first things they did to help me was I got I was playing at the Juno Cup in Winnipeg at the Junos, and I got a Don Cherry jacket that from his son Tim, I believe his name was, and he got me this jacket. And he said, just when you're there, don't worry, my dad will take care of it. And I couldn't find the guy anywhere. And I think it was Paul Langlois who said, well, Ronnie McLean's in there. And I knew Ron. And as a matter of fact, I was going to coach with him for that Juno Cup. And then Ron just brought me over. So, and they started talking about the Hip House and all of the charity work that they try to do locally. And really, really inspired me. And I thought, you know what, if you've got the time, you can certainly afford to do things within your community. And I love the fact that they, everything stayed in the Kingston community and so on. And they were great. And then I hung out with them in the Grand Cayman Islands and got drunk.
That's pretty cool too.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal. How about Our Lady Peace? Jeremy Taggart is killing it with his podcast. I know you're both drummers, but the band overall, OLP.
Well, so one of their first gigs, if it wasn't, I believe it might have been their first gig, Jeremy can confirm or deny, but I think he confirmed it, was they opened for us in a club in Quebec City. And they said they had a horrible gig, and it was kind of like a shared green room / dressing room. It was a smaller club, obviously. And I just remember Mike Turner, who happens to be a great buddy of mine now through Crash Karma, and while he was in Our Lady Peace, but I didn't know him then. He took his guitar off and literally whipped it across the room. I was like, oh man, these guys did a good show. And of course, Jeremy, I mean, he's a sweetheart, and that dude has got some serious chops as well. He's an amazing drummer, great jazz drummer, and of course, a funny guy, and is doing well with Jonathan, right? So yeah.
How about Sloan?
Sloan, I've always loved. I think Sloan came to Windsor one time in the early days. And the Tea Party weren't quite, we had our indie out, and I think maybe we had just finished recording our first album, and they were in Windsor playing the Masonic Temple, and it was packed. They were getting a lot of play on 89X at the time, which was a nice alternative rock station back in the day. And my brother used to wear this cowboy hat, and he had long hair, and he got a little drunk, and he was yelling and screaming something at them, and they thought it was Jeff Martin, our singer. And they never really liked us at all after that. Thinking, guys, it wasn't us. But
that's awesome.
So we were supposed to do the Saints and Sinners tour this past 2 years, about 3 times. It was canceled. And when Big Wreck bowed out, we went to Sloan, and they were like, the Tea Party want to invite us on tour? And we're like, yeah, we've got no problem. It wasn't us.
It wasn't us. Crazy. That's hilarious.
Awesome. A band that Tim and I love, the Trues.
Oh, the Trues. Love them. I'm really good friends with the brothers, Colin, John Angus. I played with them with Crash Karma. I played with them with the Tea Party. The Tea Party used to host an event called the White Ribbon Foundation, and it was at the Phoenix in Toronto. We would do it every year, and we would bring in any and every band. So Alex from Rush would be there, members of the Bare Naked Ladies. The first year, the Trues, after their first single came out, it was shot, it might have been in St. Catharines. They were in a theater, and they came on and they did, was it Bohemian Rhapsody? They did a song that really shouldn't have been able to be done by a 4-piece band. And I just stood there, my jaw on the side stage, just going, what the F is this? They were that good.
So talented.
And yeah, they're so talented. And the brothers actually joined me for my 10th anniversary drum marathon. So coming up to 20 years in 5 more years. So I'm going to have, that one's going to be I hope it's going to be like a nice big all-star event. I know they want to come back. I know Ian Thornley, he wants to come back. He's nice. A buddy. He's done it as well. So I can't say enough about the Trues. Sweethearts.
You scratched off a couple names already there. Rush, BNL, like a couple names in there. I want to ask about the Arkells, because I'm crushing on the Arkells right now.
We played before them at a festival in Hamilton, right when we first got back together. So because the Tea Party had some time off. So about 7 years ago, we played before them, and I really hadn't any idea who they were. Although when I was at the Rock, the Blackburn station, the Rock, they had a single out called "The Boss Is Coming,"
The Boss Is Coming,
yeah, and that was the first single. I thought, this is pretty cool, really kind of Alterna, Killers sort of vibe, and now they've kind of taken it to another level and God bless them. I'm all for any band, but they're so much more younger than I am. I'm not sure. I don't really know too much about them.
Tim, did you want to ask about your band? Because I know you're.
Oh, the Sheepdogs.
Yeah.
Do you have any connections with the Sheepdogs, Jeff?
Oh, the Sheepdogs?
Yeah.
So I don't know them too well. I've hosted them at the Blues Fest in Windsor, and I mean they're sweethearts and they're an amazing band, and great killer songs, and I think they're on Warner Brothers. They've done quite well, and they're a band that can hold their own when they headline, and they get a lot of really good opening slots too, which is great. I'm a little jealous of that. The Tea Party don't really get.
We could be here all night throwing bands at you. You've got the 16th annual drum marathon, which is coming up. We're going to share some info on our socials. You can keep an eye on that. Sunshower, the EP, it's available right now. 5 songs in that one. Check that out. teaparty.com. Here, I'll throw that up there. You can find out more. But there's lots going on. There's more coming. Jeff, thank you for making yourself available tonight. We kept you longer than we said we would, but thanks again. We'll look you up online. And we'll talk again. We'll get that drum marathon out there again.
Absolutely. I really appreciate it, fellas.
Thanks, Jeff.
Enjoy your brews.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. There you go. Jeff Burrows of the Tea Party. Here, let's do the shuffle where we get everybody back where they belong. Here on the pod there, Timmer. I love talking to Jeff.
Amazing? Yeah, isn't it amazing? Just a good dude, just hanging out on the podcast with us, man. I did have another one. I wanted to know if you could fill in. It's all good. If you could fill in with what band, would you want to just one night only?
Oh,
Jeff Burrows, what could you jump in with? It's all right, buddy. We'll talk to him. I want to go to one of these shows here, man. That drum marathon sounds awesome. Why have we never been to it?
When we start talking about Canadian bands like the Hip, OLP, and Sloan, like those are all bands I think we've all seen at a bar or a festival or something. Yeah. And to have Jeff tell you about how, this guy's a cool dude, and we hung out, and we went golf, like it confirms what we had hoped, right? Like when I go see the Shrews, I'm like, man, those guys would be fun to hang out with. Or the Arkells, I'm like, bet you those are good guys.
Yeah,
bet you they're fun guys.
I've been fortunate that I got to hang out with the Shrews one night, buddy, in Chicago. Good times. And I've hung out with the Sheepdogs like 3 times. Great dudes. Dude, I was so excited this week to start seeing Canadian bands start announcing tours and stuff coming up, like these outdoor festivals and stuff going on. Sheepdogs announced like 49 gigs in the fall. We're not even
here's the thing.
Their summer tours yet. True's got stuff out. We've already got True's tickets for Sarnia. Man, I'm jacked up for
That's right, we do. Put that in the calendar. I forgot about that.
Yeah, put that in the calendar.
VIP?
Yeah, we got VIP.
No way.
We're not fooling around here, buddy. We're going VIP. We're going VIP for everything.
You know what I like? I would like to just, as these bands, they're all excited to go on tour again. I would like to go on tour and just catch like a Trues and Arkells, like just do a Canadian run of all these shows they're doing across the country. Not follow one band, but follow all these different Canadian bands and genres.
Dude, there is so many getting announced right now. There's like when I went looking at the Tea Party, I didn't realize the Blues Fest in Ottawa was announced.
Yes,
there's a ton of bands, and not that one. It's awesome. A ton of stuff coming to Sarnia this summer too, man.
Let's go back. But like 2 years ago, I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll do something else that weekend. Like I didn't put much weight into going and buying a ticket buying a ticket to a show. But now I'm like, let's go. Let's do it, because we've sat in the house for too long, and I love hanging out with you, Timmer. But if we can go to a show, ramp it up.
I'm excited. I do. When I saw stuff get announced this week, I'm like, let's go. This is fun. I'm looking at like Cross Canada. I'm like, better rein her in here a bit, but like, man, there's a show in Truro. Let's go. That Rock the Hub that Tea Party's playing in. That's a good one.
I say we do it. We'll make a roadie. We'll just call our buddy Jeff. See if we can get the hookup.
I'm gonna call my sister. Yes, I have a sister.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, shit,
you didn't know that. You say that every time, and she gets mad at me every time. Rock the Hub. It's in Truro. She has a motorhome. Maybe we borrow it.
Buddy.
We go out east.
Let's do it. We take the pod on the road.
Yeah, dude. Monster trucks at that rock. Wow.
Oh, fella. Jeff Burrows. Cool dude.
Tea Party. What?
3 Days Grace is still a band.
Glorious Sons. Dude, let's go. Truro.
Right, we're going. Roadie for the pod. All right. Hey, couple stories here, Timmer. You take this one, the Nevada story. What's going on with this dude?
Dude, when I read this one, I was like, have you ever been to a bar and had like a really bad beer? And you're like, man, this sucks. You ever had that experience? You're like, but then you just chug through it and you go.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
The next one will be better.
Did you ever have a beer that was just cleaning solution that caused you permanent damage to your damage to your esophagus?
I have never had that.
Yeah. So this dude was awarded $8 million for being permanently injured after he was served cleaning solvents at a bar in Las Vegas. Instead of tap beer, he got cleaning solvents. He worked as a wine steward on the Las Vegas Strip and has lost his sense of taste. So he was awarded $8 million.
Oh, I've had bad beers. Can I get $8 million?
Yes, but this is the best part. And I feel like I've had this when I've gotten a bad beer. I've had the loss of enjoyment of life. So the next time I'm at a bar, a brewery, sometimes you get a bad beer at a brewery. I'm going to say that I want my money back because I've lost the enjoyment of life.
That would be a cool name for a beer.
The loss of enjoyment of life.
Yeah.
That's been there before too when you've had too many, probably. Yeah. So next time you drink cleaning solution, claim loss of enjoyment of life. Oh, he had a bad go of it though. He began convulsing and hyperventilating and violently vomiting.
Done that at a bar.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't had all those loss of enjoyment of life on a Sunday morning when I woke up after a banger of a Saturday? Yeah,
I was gonna tell you about a winter beer fest here, but there's no date, so I won't tell you about that because I don't know if that might have already happened. So we'll skip that story. All together. Hey, let's squeeze in a past guest update here today. We had as a guest on our last pod on episode number this is 11, so number 10, Jacob Robson of the Detroit Tigers. He was cut.
Yeah, dude. What a good dude, though. After we got off talking to him, I was like, man, what a good guy. I was rooting for him. I was literally checking the box scores every day to see how he did. And it was man, this would be a long shot if he made the team. They got a ton of outfielders, but he had some good praise. I read some articles. I've never followed a minor league non-invitee like I have in the last week. He had some looks. So I would guess you're going to see him back up with the big league club at some point in time this season. You know, the season's long, 162 games. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's getting hurt. Somebody's getting hurt. We're not wishing that on anybody.
We are.
Jacob Robson is. Hopefully, we'll see him with the Mudhens. You ever been to a Mudhens game?
No, but we'll do it when we come back from Truro. We'll come back that way.
Oh, yeah.
On the way.
When we can catch them playing in Buffalo. Mudhens in Buffalo. The Bisons.
Yeah, I love that.
It's good times watching minor league games, buddy. We should see that. When we'll meet our friend Jacob Robson, we'll hang out.
Yeah. Leo Routens, Raptors broadcaster, season 2, episode 4. If you want to go back and listen to Leo Routens.
What's Leo doing?
So, Leo, on the weekend, did you see where the Raptors had to empty the arena because the speaker caught fire?
Crazy. So, I can't imagine.
Crazy. So, you know how much tickets for Raptors games are now Maple Leaf tickets, right? Or Maple Leaf prices. Crazy.
That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, man, somebody paid $500 from this ticket at least. They're being evacuated because the speaker got on fire.
They evacuated everyone, and about 45 minutes, an hour later, they didn't bring anybody back. They played in front of an empty arena and finished the game. Somebody had tweeted out on Sunday, said a good friend of mine has cancer. It's life-threatening. It's not going to make it. She wanted to go to a game with her son. That was like a wish of her son. Was like, Mom, I want to go to a game with you. Obviously, you know, the sadness of mom's going to go at some point. And she said, but the prices are just too steep, and she's not going to be able to go. Leo, hundreds and thousands of people responded, offered money, tickets, blah, blah, blah. Leo Routen said, hey, DM me, and took care of her.
Come on.
So
did he really?
So, and you know what? Like, if I gave her tickets, it's awesome. She'd go to the game and they'd check it out, her and her son, and they'd live a happy life. But Leo has access.
Yeah.
Like, Leo has different access.
He'll give her the grand treatment. That's sweet. That's awesome. Yes. Leo Routens, what a good dude, eh?
What a good dude. So pretty funny stuff. Into that, let's get to this. Did you see, what's his name? Get that garbage out of here.
Jake Vitale?
No, from the Raptors.
Jack Armstrong.
Jack Armstrong. Jack Armstrong wanted to bring up Ron Burgundy. during the broadcast the other day.
What day was this?
Yeah, I think it was Saturday. It might have been the game prior to the Saturday game. But he brought up the wrong Ron. Okay, so have a listen. And Matt Devlin, the play-by-play guy,
Does he lose his mind? Did you start howling?
Loses his shit. Okay, have a listen to this.
I love
Diego, who is it, right? Ron Jeremy, is that right? Ron Burgundy? Anchorman. Ron Burgundy. I don't know. Somebody. Ron somebody. Ron somebody. Ron Howard.
Ron Howard.
What I say?
Listen to Devin in the
Crazy Jack.
Yeah. So this was after the speaker.
Diego, who is it, right?
There we go. And this is after the speaker got fired. He wanted to talk about Ron Burgundy and the jacket he was wearing, but he brought up porn star Ron Jeremy.
That's the best.
And Ron Howard.
I've watched a lot of Raptors games,
yeah.
And sometimes Devlin just loses it. Like he'll just start howling, like he just can't handle it, and that's obviously what was going on. They probably were like, you know what? They probably had a couple drinks in between because they're like, oh, game pause. Let's go have a drink. Not coming back. Oh, wait a second. They're playing again.
Matt Devlin's giggle here again.
San Diego, who is it, right? Ron Jeremy, is that right? Ron Burgundy? Anchorman. Ron Burgundy. Ron somebody.
Listen to him.
Ron something.
That's the best. I didn't see that. That's hilarious.
Matt Devlin and Jack Armstrong are our white whales right now.
Yeah.
So we had Peter Mansbridge. We had, I'm trying to think of the other names, Ron McLean, like these names that were like, okay, if we could get these guys in the podcast, that would be the bomb. Matt Devlin. And what a cool story, right? Matt Devlin's cool story. His family is awesome. Yeah, we need to get Matt Devlin on. Maybe we should talk to our friend Leo Routens. Leo, please answer that call. Hey, one more. Okay, so just to wrap up the past guest update, I was talking to Jeff Leeson this week. He wants us to mention he is coming on the pod, so we're getting close to this.
Is he?
Oh yeah, we got one more episode, Tim, to wrap up season 7.
Is that how that works?
We haven't talked about this. This is a board meeting right now.
Okay.
We'll probably take a week or two off, and then Jeff's gonna have to be on right early because we're getting set to party with Jeff Leeson Saturday, May 14th. Tickets are still available. Check out Jeff Leeson, and he's ready to make his 6th appearance on the 3 Beer Pod.
Is that what it is? I've been listening to his stuff again lately. Funny dude. He gave us a great promo shout out too there, eh, buddy?
Yes. We'll have to play that next week on the pod next week.
Dude. What a good dude. Yeah, looking forward to going to see that live. I think we should have him at in studio. I think we can pull that off. Jeff Leeson.
We have a studio? Oh, yours like that studio.
Yeah.
Did we miss the studio? Did we miss one?
Yeah. This is the closest we've got to a studio.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't been to the studio yet. Hey, there's a story here out of FLA. Always the weirdest stories in Florida.
Yeah. Interesting.
So this guy died, which is not a great way to start a story, but this 59-year-old died because he was on his way home and he's just driving down some county road and he hits an 11-foot alligator that's laying in the road. An 11-foot. Yes. That's like you standing on my shoulders. It's probably about 11 feet.
That's crazy, man.
An 11-foot alligator is sitting in the road.
So he plows into an alligator and
plows into the alligator. Security gets there, not security, paramedics and police get there. He's dead. Unfortunately, he's passed. But so is the alligator.
Oh, thankfully. I was going to say, I thought the alligator survived.
Well, this is the thing. Let's say you're driving down the road, you hit an alligator. You want to be dead, right? You don't want to be like, what the hell? And then an alligator's like, who the F just hit me?
You just pissed off an 11-foot alligator by running him over.
Where are you? Uh-oh. Yeah, because you crawl out of the wreckage. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I life flashed before my eyes, crawl up the embankment.
And then you're eaten by an alligator?
Yeah, I think he probably.
What a terrible death.
Yeah, we're not going to celebrate the man's death, but man, oh man, like I would rather die than crawl out of the wreckage.
I'm glad the alligator died too.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to say the alligator survived, and then I was confused.
11-footer? No, like dumb alligator. You're an 11-foot alligator. Get off the road, dude.
Get off the road, alligator. We got a generally speaking today.
We have a generally speaking. We are full of content
Holy
tonight
smokes,
on the podcast.
you out of beer.
So season 1, episode 4, generally speaking, is about to become a spin-off podcast from the boys here at the Three Beer Pod. This is where we break down episodes of Dukes of Hazzard, one of our all-time favorite shows. So here, let me give you the background on season 1, episode 4. It's called Repo Men. Okay, let's take it back. February 16th, 1979. Boss Hogg plans to buy his wife Lulu, who is Roscoe's sister. Did I know that?
You had to know that.
Did I? I don't know if I knew that.
She's a looker.
She's an 11-foot alligator.
Okay.
Okay. Boss Hogg plans to buy his wife Lulu, who is Roscoe's sister, a Rolls Royce from a car lot run by Ace Parker, a crooked car dealer who has already sold the car to a counterfeiting ring. And now Ace and Boss want Bo and Luke to repossess the car so Lulu can have it. It's not going to be easy to repossess the car, especially when Bo and Luke discover that Boss and Ace have been selling stolen cars, and they've also set up a trap to make it look like Bo and Luke were the thieves who stole the cars.
Yeah, wait. There's so many questions here already. Keep going.
Also, the counterfeiters have stashed counterfeit $20 bills engraving plates in the car. And that is why they're not exactly anxious to give the car up. Repo Men, season 1, episode 4. Here you go.
I want that car. Who's dumb enough to repossess it? Damn, he sure must love that car. What do you think those girls will do at a time like this?
Come on.
Yes. Cooter's got it.
That's a sweet move, Cooter.
Good time.
A ripping good
What
time.
that?
Repo Man.
What contraption was that? That was just ripping that car to shreds.
Cooter was
Also, why did the Duke boys continually even talk to Boss Hogg? I guess there wouldn't be a show if they didn't, but it seems like a break in the plot that they would even work with him at all.
Yeah, that's
Can
generally
you
speaking.
can you just play the beginning of that just to say? I just want to hear the engine of the '69 Charger roar. There, can you?
I was going to play it because I wanted to hear Lulu yell, "I want that car!"
Who's dumb enough to repossess it?
You know what? I have the box set of Dukes of Hazzard. I gotta find it. I have the box set somewhere.
Okay, we could turn this
around like
speaking.
it's just.
It's
I'm
just
looking around like it's somewhere. I know I have the box set of this.
Generally speaking, Boss Hogg is a dink.
It's just a true story.
We're still angry 43 years later.
40 years later.
Yeah.
Wow. That car, though, just every time you see it, just roaring.
I think, Tim, so next week will be the final episode of season 7. I think then we have to get the members of the pod together to discuss if there's a spin-off pod of Generally Speaking. Then we take this segment and make it its own podcast.
Right. Its own podcast.
And we get John Schneider, Tom Wopat, Cooter, Daisy, Uncle Jesse could be on the podcast.
No, he's dead. Okay.
Well, that'll be tough. Boss dead? Is Lulu alive?
Lulu's definitely alive.
Yeah.
We should look that up first, eh? Shauna knows where they are.
Shauna knows where your box set is. So it's in the yard sale.
We should start a list of who's still alive from Dukes of Hazzard first.
Watch the first episode of Generally Speaking, the new podcast from the boys of the Three Beer Pod.
This is gonna be good.
I think that's gonna be a spinoff. I like when we have board meetings on the podcast.
Yeah, like we just let everybody into what actually happens here.
Yeah, this is what happens in the background.
We come up with ideas, and now you guys are all in on it. Thanks for tuning in.
And you'll have to watch. That's it. Tim, season 7, episode 11. Jeff Burrows. He's cool shit, man. He is just a good dude.
So cool. Just a good dude. You know what? We got to get down there for one of those gigs that he's got going on there.
We got to get down there. And Jeff's like, I don't want to hang out with you guys.
I didn't mean we're gonna hang out.
We're here.
See him play. He's like a cool rock star. I'm like, let's go. Like, hi Jeff. We're here. He's like,
you guys aren't allowed past the rope.
It's like we got VIP.
Yeah, not you guys. That is season 7, episode 11. We're back for episode 12. Next week, we get you set for opening day in Major League Baseball. So we'll be talking baseball.
Do we have a guest?
Yeah, we actually do. I'm not going to tell you in the board meeting. We'll take this board meeting off camera. Okay.
All right. Sweet.
That is it. Season 7, episode 11. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Timmer.
Thanks, Todd.